was wondering. Blessings, blessings. Praying that this thing don't shut off on me. Some way, somehow, I went live and it just shut off on me. Blessings, everyone. Blessings, Primetime Home Buyers family. I always want to start off by saying I apologize for my absence. I have not been live since before the 16th, and we will be back in commission consistently starting on, most likely, we're going to be doing our live on Sunday. I'm going to be doing the trending topics and possibly following up on Monday with some more details pertaining to what we're going to talk about a little bit today. Now, I do want to say thank you to all the people who actually attend the Q&A on June 16th. Shout out to, believe, John. John, love and blessings to you. I know you have been waiting for a response about a question that you asked me. And I did look into it, and I also wanted to, which it was funny because that question that you asked me actually was connected to something that I wanted to talk about this next up and coming week, and that's interest in estates, and that's what your interest is in as far as your position in real estate transactions, and that do involve dealing with encumbrance. Also, things that deal with the land and issues. And you may have to make sure that your position is legal, that you are in position to possess the property. And when you do possess the property, that you utilize this correctly. You know, there's zoning laws, there's, that goes with the use of property related to commercial and, residential. Sometimes they have a mix. Sometimes they're national parks. Sometimes they're no building zones. So, with that goes to say, we had John, and I tried to email you, John, but the thing was, I thought you signed up the regular way, and that was through the website, and I would have had your email address. So when I said I had your email address, I do apologize. I thought I had it, and I was going to respond to you. So I'm going to respond this way. So John was asking about Arizona, and he was asking about basically encumbrance, something that he found on his title of a property that he is invested in. Now, I want to say shout out to John because he's doing Arizona, and that's a pretty, how can I say, intense state, complex state, because the redemption time is literally 3 years, okay? So if he invests this year, that means he has to follow up each year after that to continue to pay on the taxes that are due, to make sure that he's first in line. He's going to be first in line if he's the first person to invest, but this is what I told you. If you have more than 1 year redemption time, you have to follow up and actually pay the next coming taxes, so everything will be good when it's time to you to move forward. So John's particular question was asking about a non-profit encumbrance, and you found that on your survey, I would assume. So I did a little digging. Now, I'm going to present more information on Monday in detail about this, and that's going to trickle into our concept of interest in estate, in land, freehold estate, leasehold estate, things like that, okay? Now, what I found is the nonprofit encumbrance basically said that land was encumbrance to nonprofit organizations that will be tax exempt if they build on that property. Okay. Now, I do not see at this time that is restriction that if you're a non-nonprofit organization or the private owner, that you will not be able to build accordingly. I feel as long as it's residential or commercial, you should not have a problem. But I assume that this encumbrance in itself, if you was a nonprofit organization, you would receive a tax exemption. Now, you want to figure out a little bit more detail about this encumbrance that came on, who put it on there, what actual nonprofit organization initiated this, and if that's the same owner that you are about to get this property from, were they the originals. That'll help you do a little bit more research into what this encumbrance actually entail, what you can and what you cannot do, Also, you may want to talk to a contractor. The next best thing to do is you contact a contractor and they will let you know, can you build on the property, can't you? Because they have all the resources in that particular area to help you, help them actually be able to build. They need to know if they're going to need permits, is it zoned correctly, all of that. So they have those resources. So if you want to get in contact with the general contractor in regards to what you want to do with that beautiful piece of land, and I know that you said you wanted to send me a picture of it, but if you can, you can send it to the buybackteam.ed@gmail.com, and that is the email address. Again, I apologize, John, that I cannot get in contact with you directly because you say you came in through Facebook, so I dropped the link there, and I don't have any personal connections, email, to get to you guys. That's why I always say, you guys, please, you will get on my mailing list, at least if you sign up from the website, and you'll be able to make sure that we could be in contact with you. No ifs, ands, or buts about it, because I don't usually go back and forth in my messenger here on YouTube. On Facebook, I don't usually do it. Just once in a blue couple months, I'll pop in like, oh, somebody sent me a message. Uh-oh. So I usually kind of just focus on my email address. So again, on Monday, we're going to get into detail about interest in the state. We're going to get a little bit more into detail for you, John, in regards to nonprofit encumbrance. And I will hope that you were able to email me a picture of your beautiful property. I do want to say congratulations to John, okay? Because John told me that he did not take the course, but he's been watching my videos for a while. And a lot of the videos that I share, he was able to actually do his due diligence. He actually went in deep down. He went so deep that he was like Inspector J. I'm telling on you, John. He said that the old owners was a doctor's office, and he called to see if they were still in office, and they were. I was like, wow, you did your skip tracing. You did your good job, John. So I want to say a shout out to him. And that's also a prime example, guys, that I share so much information with you that it can help you be more safe. That is my main ulterior motive, as well as to get as many people signed up into our program as possible, because we want the program to expand. I want to be able to get this program on a state level and actually put it in front of the right hands of people who understand that us as the middle class and lower income need to have another means to get into the market. We cannot just wait on the bankers to fix the interest rate. We cannot wait for inflation to go down. We cannot wait for them to actually increase our pay rate to match the inflation. We need to have some way to get in through the back door, and that's why I teach this method, because people were, I started this before it was even cool, before you see all these Tax Liens, tax deeds groups. But what that goes to say, people are getting into situations that they kind of get overwhelmed, because there's so much to it, especially if they haven't did their due diligence, and they find that it's errors on a deed. They find that it's liens on there that they must handle. They find that it's things that they handle on a property, or they find that the property is condemned. So this is why we're here. Again, I want to say thank you for being here with Lashley. If you didn't catch my name, I'm Lashley, the tax lien lady. I do consider myself a tax lien expert. Also, I am planning in the next 2 weeks to go into 2 of my properties in Maryland to show you what we have. One particular property in Maryland, I am thinking about building small homes on, because I do invest in land. I chose the easy way out without all the damn drama and all of, tenant landlord things. Thank you, God, especially seeing what's happening here. But I do have the option to build, and it's kind of inflated in this market, but it depends on the situation, because, they have a lot of incentive programs out there that we may learn about. So we're going to be headed to Maryland in the next 2 weeks. All right. Also, we're going to be in Jersey. Okay. So I'm going to say I love you guys. I appreciate you. Thank you for having patience with grace. We will be back live on Sunday evening. We're going to be doing trending topics, market watch with Lashley. I say Grace, that because I've been on my other platform. Okay, that is a name that I go by, guys, because my first name is Siobhan, and that means God's grace. So that's what I use for my other platform. So if you ever hear me refer to Grace, you be like, huh? That's my other platform name. But with that goes to say, on Sunday we will be live. We're going to do a market watch with Lashley, the tax lien lady. We're going to secure our energy. We're going to get ready for, summer already started. We're going to get our plan together for the next 3 months, budget and plan. We're going to talk to you about what I do, how I plan, get myself together, in between contracts. So, unlike the regular 9-to-5 worker, I'm a worker, but I contract. So there's times that I'm not in contract, and, I try to use that time as wisely as possible, as well as plan and budget. So if you guys have any questions about planning and budget, I consider myself an expert in that. Basically, lifestyle prove it. I live it, walk it like I talk it, and if I don't know, I am willing to get more information and share with you. So John, we will be in contact. Please email me so I can get your contact. I would love to see your beautiful property in Arizona. Good job doing your due diligence, as well as we're going to go more in detail on Monday for you, John, as well as the audience. We're going to go into interest in estate, stake your claim. How do you know your position in your real estate investment as a tax lien investor, deed investor, or a foreclosure, general foreclosure investor? Because there's a time where you can't walk on that property. There's a time you don't have possession. There's a time where you have interest. So you need to know those particular things, as well as we're going to go into possession, transfer, encumbrance, and exclusions. So this will where we will go back into John's question about Arizona and the nonprofit encumbrance that he saw on the title. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for having patience with me. Thank you for being part of the group. As I say, you guys can talk, ask questions. I love for you to ask questions. We have to get in here together, figure this out. There's things that we can continue to learn. No, when I say I'm an expert, don't mean that I know everything. An expert always seek knowledge, always try to sharpen their sword, and really love the field. So I consider myself an expert in real estate tax lien investments, okay? So again, I have a lot to share with you guys. We have a platform on YouTube that has an abundance of information. It's called Primetime Home Buyers, I think. Don't kick me, but I changed the name. Let's pull it up. I think it's the tax. Let me just switch to make sure. The Tax Lien and DEEDS Expert, and it's _ Primetime Home Buyers. Also, we have a platform on Rumble that's called Secure Your Energy, and there we stream Primetime Home Buyers. That same basically information, but it's just named Secure Your Energy. So again, I want to say thank you so much. I love you guys, and I will see y'all guys on Sunday.